Good morning, everybody. It's my 34 subscribers and anybody else who watched this video. Okay, it is 7:38 in the morning. That's what that watch says, 7:38. This watch says it is 7:46. This watch says that it's 7:35. 7:35. Okay, this is part 5 of Danielle Steele's Invisible. His mother had never recovered from his father's death during the war. She lived life in retreat, depressed, and died young herself. She had been widowed at 26 and died of ovarian cancer at 41 when Brandon was 21. He had been surprised by how much of his father's money she had saved without ever working herself. She had been a constant presence in his life and was a gentlewoman, but being widowed so young with a son to bring up alone had left her shaken and scared for the rest of her days. She had been completely dependent on her husband and eventually on the advice of her son. He tried to reassure her, but found he never could. She was a sad, frightened woman in need of more support and protection than she was ever able to give him. He moved into an apartment near her during college and visited her almost every day. Tormented by her anxiety, she was withdrawn and not given to overt demonstrations of affection. To the best of his knowledge, his mother never had another man in her life after her husband died, and she wasn't a warm, affectionate person. Even when her husband was alive, she was dutiful, well brought up, a genteel woman. Passion wasn't in Brandon's nature either, so his brief experience with Fabian in Paris hit him like a tsunami. The girls he'd known and had dated during and after college were well bred, had made their debuts and gone off to college. They had none of the rough edges and passion that Fabian exuded like lava from a volcano. She held nothing back in bed or anywhere else. It was heady stuff for Brandon, who wasn't demonstrative by nature, but he loved it in her. And it brought something out in him that he had never experienced before. What they had shared was unbridled passion, and he wanted more. He was certain it must be love. He had never felt anything as powerful for any woman before. After a month of being obsessed by thoughts of her, he went back to Paris to see her again, and she seemed even more remarkable to him the second time. She was volatile, outspoken, said what she thought, did what she wanted. She was stunned when he appeared at the cafe. Unannounced, swept her off her feet and kissed her. She was able to get 5 days off from work, and they drove around the French countryside together in a car Brandon rented. By the time they got back to Paris, he knew he was in love with her. He wanted her to come to New York. He couldn't bear the idea of being away from her for long or tearing himself away from her again. And when you get tired of me, she said soberly, then what happens? She knew what had happened to her own mother. She didn't want to be at his mercy in a foreign land, and she had no intention of getting pregnant and had been careful that wouldn't happen. When he was grateful for her, which he was grateful for, he was mad about her, but he wasn't ready for a child. She was enough of a surprise in his life without adding more for now. That's all for now. I think my phone fell. That's all for this video. Oh, this is my New Kids on the Block shirt. This is the New Kids on the Block shirt that I got. This is the main event. My first New Kids on the Block concert ever. Like it? It says the main event on the back. Okay, thank you for watching.